Alrighty, and we are live. Okay, I'm just gonna get logged in on Facebook over here so that if you guys have any questions, I can see them. We are gonna probably not be super long today, but you know, I always say that and then I'm such a chatterbox. So hopefully that's the case. We'll just give it a few minutes so people can join us for the for this little bonus episode that we've got going on here. Okay, so I am really excited about the couple of things I have to show you today. I think I forgot one item. Let me go grab that one real quick. Alrighty. And then we will give it just a few more minutes for a few people to join us. And then we will get started. Okay. Alrighty. How are you guys today? It's such a beautiful day. I've actually been here at the store for most of the day, waiting for some deliveries to come in and getting caught up on a few things. So I didn't get a chance to go outside much, but I know, right, Kip? Surprise! I just had a few things to tell you. Hang on one second. Oh, the director's calling. Probably because I called him. So he picks as soon as I go live to call, right? So, anyways, yeah, because once we get going tomorrow, I wanted to make sure you guys already knew about this stuff because we'll have more stuff to show you tomorrow, but this one is kind of a release on its own. And then I wanted to give you some more information about the Spellbinders class with Susan because we've had a little bit of questions on that one. So I wanted to give you guys some clarification because I think it's a great opportunity for you. So we will get started. Oh, you've got a lot of wind down there, Kip? Eek. When it's windy here, we lose power. So, anyway. Okay, so I don't know how many people really are going to join us today. Oh, hi, Susan. Okay, so just to kind of share with you guys, the other day, Friday, was it Friday? Yeah. I canceled the video because I got a message from my dad that we needed to go over. Chris, my stepmom, her kitty is been getting pretty old and she went downhill pretty quick. So he wanted us to come over and say goodbye because they weren't really sure how long she would last. And she actually passed yesterday. So, but she was 17. She was a great kitty. She loved snuggles and all that good stuff. So I've known her for a long time, and so that was nice to get to go say goodbye and you know, cuddle with her a little bit before she passed on. So it was sad, but she did live a wonderful long life. So anyways, thank you guys for all your concern. And let's talk just a little bit. First, let me clarify a little bit about the Susan's class, and then I will come back with this awesome stuff from Sizzix, okay? So on Saturday, it went out at like noon, and we did a watch party with Susan. I think some of you guys tuned in for that or may have watched the video at this point. So what's going to happen, and I believe the date was April 24th. I do think I might have forgotten that little bit of information here. As I was prepping for this, I'm like, wait a minute, here we go. This will tell me what the time is. So it's going to be April 24th, and it's a Saturday. It's 10 a.m., and it's going to be in a private Facebook group, similar to how the Seth Apter class is going to be and how Maker Mania is. So for some of you guys, you are familiar with that. So in that class, you'll be making 3 cards, and I know at least one of them, if not more, has even a little bit of an interactive feature in it. But what's going to happen is you're going to actually get 2 dies and a stamp with that class. And then, so you'll be able to learn how to make the flowers that are featured in that class. but you will also have the dies so that you could make more of them. And it's a really great value because everything that's included in the kit is valued at $45 and the class is only $40. So we've done garden club here before with Donna, and that garden club was also based on Susan's flowers. It's the same Susan. So if you took place in that, or if you participated in that garden club from years ago, it's the same Susan's flowers. But this is such a cool opportunity because now she's going to be teaching the class. So you really can learn from Susan herself. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about what was going to be in there, because the email that we got, that we sent out, really only had sneak peeks of the projects, but they are going to be cards. And here's the thing, if you're deciding on whether you want to register, you will want to register by Saturday, because after Saturday we cannot guarantee any more kits will be available. Sizzix is gonna, Spellbinders is gonna be doing the kitting for us, and that's the cutoff date that they've given us. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit more about what's going to be kind of in the kit. So this die right here is the sweet pea, and that's one of the dies that you're going to be getting in the kit. These are sample pictures just from the catalog so that you can kind of get an idea of what they look like. These are not the card samples. The Facebook video, and I've actually posted it to the class listing on the website as well, that same video, Susan does kind of show you what you're going to make in the class on that video as well, so you can take some time to learn. But she's got lots of different flowers in this release. Now also, I have not brought these into the store yet. They're a brand new release, but that way you know that you haven't gotten them, so you're not going to get any duplicates by registering for the class. And this is also an example of what the sweet peas would look like. And then the other flower that you're going to get is, oops, putting that over there, is this one here, the Japonica. And this one is pretty cool if you look at these little the flower petals on there. They're not perfectly symmetrical like some of the flower petals out there, so you have a lot of cool detail and you get a branch and stuff. But this is a close-up of what some of those flowers look like. Again, these are samples from the catalog, so not what you're going to be making in the class. This is just an example, okay? And then there's some other flowers in here as well. So for those of you guys that love these flowers, if you see anything that you definitely want, you can also let me know, and I can get them ordered in that order for you. And then I also wanted to show you, this is the stamp set, which I also have not brought in because of the class, that you're going to be getting in there. It's called, oh, my sticky notes are over everything. It's called the Spring Quotes, okay? And so these will be yours also to keep and use to make flowers going forward. So this class is such an extremely good value because you're getting the instruction from Susan and you're getting all the goodies so that you can make tons more. Now in the video, she spends quite a bit of time telling you about this toolkit. So this is the toolkit that she has with Spellbinders, and this kit is $39.99, but you do get your class discount on that one. But it's got quite a few different tips, and she goes through those in the video. So if you're curious about the flower forming toolkits, it would be good to watch that video and just get some more information on it, because she does tell you like why you need the different pads and that kind of thing. So be sure to let me know if you're signing up for the kit, if you also want this toolkit, so that I can make sure to have it for you for class. Because there are, I don't know if you guys can see these on here, but there are definitely some tips that are different than just the ball tools that you might have in, say, your normal flower forming kit. And then the other item that's featured for this class is, it's the Susan's Garden Specialty Cardstock. And you get 10 sheets in here. They're 8.5 by 11. You also will get your 10% off on this. This is a cardstock that she's picked because it's so moldable for the flowers. So it's a 90-pound cardstock, but it's going to be a little bit more specific to flower forming than, say, just a general cardstock. And then the other one that I just wanted to make note of in here is this really cool Ferns and Ivy die. And so this is a $21.99 die, but you would also get your class discount on this one. These pieces will be used in your cards, but they will be pre-die cut for you. So this particular die is not included in your kit, but if you're thinking you want to make more, or you do make a lot of florals and things, or just because it's a pretty cool die, you may want to add that on to your request for class. Also in the class listing, there is a list of colors that you need. She uses archival inks, so I'm trying to get a little bit more information as to if we need archival inks specifically, but my guess about the archival inks is that if we use any water for molding the flowers, archival inks are an oil-based permanent, so they aren't going to run. Like if you color something with distress ink and then spray it with water, or the distress ink doesn't stay put. So that's my guess as to why she uses the archival inks for this kind of thing, because of the bold colors and that permanent factor for them. So I've tried something new, you guys. One day I'm gonna come into the 21st century. It takes so long to learn some of this technology stuff. So for a while now, we have offered the option to pay by PayPal, for the classes, just to make it a little bit easier for those of you guys that have PayPal. Now, it is something that you just had to email me, you just send it to my email address. In the listing for the Susan's class on our Facebook page are two links. One if you need it shipped, and one if you just want to do a pickup in the store, where you can click and it will take you to a payment page. This is literally the only class. I'm just trying it to see if this works. It's not even like a click here to pay button. It's just, click here, and here is the link. So if you want to give it a try, I would love your feedback. It took me forever to figure out how to do this, but I think I got it. So if you would like to register that way, I've got it set up for you. Just be sure if you want it shipped that you pick the right link, because there wasn't an option for you guys to pick it at the end. So I got some calls into PayPal to see if I can try and figure this out, but I'm working on it for you guys. I'm working on it. So anyways, I think this class is going to be pretty awesome for those of you guys that want to learn how to really get some flower molding skills in your repertoire. Okay. The other thing, I think I said this at the beginning, but I just want to remind you, registration for this class is going to close this coming Saturday at 3 o'clock. So if you're thinking about it and on the fence, go watch that video, take a peek. She does show you, although briefly, the cards you're going to be making in the class, and she does give you some more information about it. So definitely don't delay if you want to be a part of that one. Okay, so there's that. And I think you guys probably are good on questions. Are these formed flowers? Okay, so yes, Susan, the question, your question was, are they formed flowers? So the dies cut the pieces flat, and she is going to show you how. Let me see if I can find this page again. Hold on. She's going to show you how in the class to take like this set of dies right here and create these beautiful dimensional flowers. The other thing is, once you learn how to make flowers like these, they're a little bit dimensional for, cards, but you can send them in, those thicker envelopes. But also, they're great if you wanted to make a frame for somebody, if you wanted to make a box. They're really great for doing additional things like that. Plus, they're really fabulous. Let's say you're meeting a friend for lunch or something. This is the kind of card that you would hand deliver, and then it gives you a perfect excuse to see your friends. So, she is going to show you how to do all that. Okay, now we're going to talk about Sizzix. So I'm excited about this new release from Sizzix. This is kind of, this release got kicked off in England, and I was looking, I'm not even sure if all of this stuff is available here in the US very much anyways. So when I went to look for some information like on Sizzix's site, I didn't actually even see all these products. So I'm not 100% sure, but I do know we have them in stock and they are ready to go for tomorrow. So we've got some new flower dies here, and I'm going to talk about these for you. And then we've got this awesome pad of paper. we've got, hang on one second. We've also got a beautiful pack of the cardstock paper that perfectly coordinates with the pattern paper. And then there's a really fun package of washi tape. So let me kind of walk you through what we've got here. So first off, I want to show you the paper pad because I'm really kind of loving this. And do you remember when we did the video for, I think I forgot to grab that sample, the video for the Concord and 9th mini box, and there was a little envelope in there that had a floral pattern on it, and I said this is a preview of something coming. It used this paper right here. So what I love about this paper, it's 8 1/4 by 11 3/4. So it isn't exactly 8 1/2 by 11 like our standard size, but it's pretty darn close, okay? But you've got double-sided paper. Some are cream-based and some are white-based, but the patterns on here are really tiny. So they're absolutely perfect for card making. And you get multiples of each design. But here's what's also cool, is some of the papers, they actually have foil elements on them. So they make them really, really pretty to throw into your card samples. And they're all double-sided, so you get that kind of reverse effect. If you remember that envelope, I used one of the white sides, and then I used one, it was, oops, not this one. But so you can see, these are really close, but actually they have the light flower and the dark background, and then this has the dark flower and the light background. So it's easy to use both sides. And you've got the little flower pattern. And this one, and see, you can see now we're going into a white base. I love this one with the gray. That was one of my favorites because I think you don't find a lot of gray and white paper, but it's really fun when you have stuff with pops of color to use that as a pattern. But again, these patterns are so small that they're great for card making. This one, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. See, it's little tiny leaves, but the size on these is fabulous. So I'm just gonna kind of flip through this a little bit quickly, but there you go. There's some more of that foil. This one is the tiny leaf. And then this one is a green. You can maybe see it a little bit better there. The green with kind of a lighter green. And there's your gray. So this one is nice. You've got the gold polka dots on this side, and then you've got gray and white polka dots on that side. And then you've got the same with the cream and the ivory. Okay, so that's a quick tour through the paper pad. Now, this one has 60 different sheets of paper in here. And let me see. I don't even know how many you get of each one. Maybe like 4, 5, 4 maybe. 4 of each one. Sounds about right. But, so there's tons of patterns in there. And you do get multiples. So it's great for... once you find a pattern that you love, you can still make multiples of the card. Okay, and then here's the cardstock pack. And this one, again, you get 10 colors in here and you get 60 sheets. It's like, it is such a good price on the cardstock pack. And I do have a big bundle for you guys as well. So the cardstock pack itself, well, I'll give you single prices at the end, but they're super affordable for 60 sheets. It's really great. And what I like about these Sizzix ones too is they're textured on one side, but they are pretty smooth on the other. So let me see if I can show this. So there you go. And then you can see it's pretty smooth on that side, but they really are great for die cutting. And this color palette is awesome. So sometimes when you get these cardstock packs, the colors are a little bit out there, but this one is actually a really, really beautiful set. So, hold on, I'm just kind of fanning it out. I meant to grab only one of each so that it was easier to do this, but you know, I didn't. So you've got 10 colors and you get 6 of each is what I believe, yeah. So you've got like these two teals. I might have mixed up the order they go in, but that's kind of your light and dark teal. You've got your light and dark greens right here. And then you've got a few different shades of red. You've got a gray, you've got an ivory. So really, really usable colors on that one. All right, now let's talk about the dies. Okay. So between Colleen and I, we made a number of different samples here. So I'm going to kind of show you through these ones here. So let's talk about this one first. This one is the Borders die, and I'm just going to pop this open so that you can see it. And what I like too is all of the samples on the front actually match that cardstock. So if you were to get the bundles, you can just look at this packaging and get like a starting point to help you, you know, put the arrangement together till you get more familiar. So what this one is called, it's called Borders. And so what it is it's almost like a swag. And this is right here, this is the bigger swag in this die set. And you also have a littler swag. So this works really awesome too, like if you say had a sentiment that was on a rectangle or something like that, this can go over the top of that sentiment if you wanted, and it's kind of like, you know, a little decoration for the top of it. But so it puts this embossed design into your paper when you cut it, but also you have all of these additional dies in this set that match to go on top of these dies so that you can really build them up. This is a card that Colleen made with just the cardstock in the pack, just the plain cardstock. And you've got, you can see here, you've got the foliage going in both directions, which I love, because a lot of times they give you foliage and it only goes one way. So, but you usually need it going both ways. So you've got that, you've got these little leafy greens, and then you've got, you know, some little flowers that are popping out. And she actually used prills for the center. And then the birthday mail is a die that we've featured before. So this one is really cool because you can get so much different dimension out of that one. So this one is the Borders die. Okay. And then let me see if I have a sample of the corners. Oh, and I think actually this one is, she used this one, I think this one is the corners die. So, and actually in this one, she threw a little of that pattern paper in there too. So the corners die is similar to the, Borders, but you can see here how the design of the die actually is more corner-like. So it will fit nested into a corner of your card a little bit better than the flat long ones of the other ones. But again, these guys all mix and match. And so you've got more additional dies down the side that can still be tucked and layered on these ones for additional dimension. So, and you can see, I don't know if this is going to come through on the video, but you can see the embossed detail that goes into the dies when she cut those. And again, this one's only using the papers from the kit. So that one's going to be your corners die. And let's see, I think those are the two. And then we have two florals dies here. So we have number 1 and we have number 2. And I think both of these are absolutely fantastic dies. So Colleen used it a little bit different than I did, which is great because then you get to see how two different people, oops, pause for just 1 second. You guys, I have a delivery. Hold on. Hi.
One more bigger one.
Okay, can you just close the door after you? I'm live on Facebook. Thank you. Okay. So she used the pattern paper to make the flowers, and look at how pretty that is. And I don't know if it shows up, but even the embossed detail shows up on those florals as well. And that gold design right here really sets those off. And then she took one of the leaf dies and actually made almost like a little ground for the flowers. And then also in this collection, there's a pack of 3 washies. And so she just used those simply as an element. Yep, just pull. Thank you. She just used those simply as an element here on the corner. Did some simple ink blending on the background. Really, really pretty and a great way to use the pattern paper. And then this one here, you guys might recognize this embossing folder. This is the Art Deco 3D embossing folder from Sizzix. And again, all just cut in simple cardstock. Really, really easy. You just sit down and run it through your die cut machine. This card is not got a lot of difficult work in it, so it's great for crafters of all levels. And then the ones that I did, I actually did ones just a little bit different. So I remember I forgot to mount them on cards before the video, but so what I did is I cut all my pieces in white and then inked them. So everything was cut with a smooth white cardstock, probably marshmallow would be my guess because that's the one I have at home. And then I think it was like probably fired brick, maybe with a touch of aged mahogany for that one. Bundled sage and peeled paint, maybe, and I think this one was faded jeans. And I just inked really heavy on that, but I used the two sides of that gray floral paper from the paper pad, and look at how awesome that looks. Isn't that fun? I love that gray paper. Okay, and then this one here, which I again did not mat on a card base. Sorry about that. I forgot that was on my to-do list still. But so this one, I did the flowers in a slightly different color, and they're so eye-catching. And then I just wanted to feature different patterns from the paper pack. So this one has the little white leaves. It has your gold dots. It has, again, that gray one. I was really drawn to that, I think. And then this one has the little gold leaves that are even tinier. And so what I did is I just took, which set did I use? I might have used this one. So I just took as inspiration the picture from the cover and started from there, because remember I was telling you how I loved the fact that they use different colors on the packaging than they normally do, because it gives you a little bit more outside your box, right? Would you normally pick to put a dark, beautiful blue as this foliage? I probably wouldn't, but because of this picture, and I see now that I used a different card, a different flower topper, but that's no problem. But look at how striking it is, right? And then this one, again, that's not necessarily a color I would have picked. Evergreen Bough, I believe, is the color that one is. But I went off of this sample picture here, and I am totally thrilled with how beautiful this came out. So then we have this one, and I don't think, I cut myself a baggie of stuff, and I just don't know that I got all the way. I don't think I got everything inked. You can see I was kind of still working on flowers but I think I probably had to go to bed or so. But so you can see when you ink it, because of that embossed detail, that inking picks up that detail of these dies and really helps accentuate it. So anyways, okay, so that's the whole collection. It isn't huge. Let's see. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys have some questions, because I was just chatting. Let's see. Okay. So the collection isn't huge. The complete collection here, let's kind of talk about what all is in here. So these three dies here are $16.99 a piece. And I'm just trying to find my notes. And I believe this one is 13 off of the top of my head. So this one is a little bit less expensive of the die. This is going to be your corners die. So they're like $17 for each of the florals, and then you've got the $13 corner die. Okay, so those are the dies. The washi is $6, and then this great paper pad with like 60 different pattern sheets in a basically 8.5 by 11. This one is $18, and then the cardstock pack, which is really great die cuttable cardstock, and it is a nice weight. I know those of you guys that have worked with this have actually come back for additional packs in different colors because you liked it so much. So this one is $17. Now, I do have a couple bundles for you guys. For those of you guys that just want the dies, the die bundle is $57, and that's going to include all 4 of the dies, okay? And then for those of you guys that want it all, I have a bigger savings built into that one for you. And so that is only $84, and that's going to include all 4 dies, your washi tape, and both packs of paper. So this one is obviously going to be your very best savings. And I do have a number of these bundles in stock right now. So I think that's probably all I have to tell you guys today. I just wanted to pop on super quick so that I could show you this cool collection, because I just think it was so fun to create these cards. I just sat there. And oh, the other thing I do want to tell you guys, for those of you that have a sidekick, these all go through the sidekick, I believe. Yeah, even these ones. So when I was doing all my die cutting of like all of these little pieces, these are the kind of projects where I pull out my sidekick. The sidekick is only 2.5 inches wide, but because the plates are shorter, it cranks through a whole lot faster, and the pressure on the sidekick is fantastic. So it makes die cutting things like this, where you're die cutting a lot of pieces, a whole lot quicker. So just a quick reminder that if you do, whether it's these dies or any of your other dies that are that thin and you need to create a whole bunch of them because of you're doing floral bunches and things like that, definitely you want to pull out your sidekick, because that is your very best friend when it comes to these kind of things. Okay, so we covered all that. The link for Susan's class, all that information is up on the website, and you just click classes and click into the class. It should be there. If you want to pay by PayPal, you just select the little link for whichever one you want, if you need it shipped or pick up in store, and you can pay that way, and I'll make sure that gets you registered, or you can always call the store and register as well. So those are your 2 bundles. Thanks, you guys, and we will see you tomorrow for What's New Wednesday. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday night. Bye-bye.